Hello bakers and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we've got something extra special lined up. I'm joined by Yolanda Mercy. Hi Yolanda.
Hello.
How you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Yolanda Mercy and I'm an actor and a writer from London.
So when Yolanda's not seeing theatre around London with us in TodayTix, she's also creating her own shows, such as Quarter Life Crisis, which I saw last year and it's absolutely brilliant. It's on its final UK tour at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very sad to see it go, but we're going to go out with a bang, aren't we?
Yes.
Indeed. So we've got a little birthday party lined up at the Soho Theatre, and to celebrate, we've created a birthday cake. So we're going to take you through while also finding out more about the show. To celebrate the Quarter Life Crisis final UK tour, we're whipping up this 3-tier cake inspired by the show. Our bottom layer features a hidden Nigerian flag with an ombre buttercream from the show's cover art. Our middle tier is a very British Victoria sponge cake covered in social media icons that are fueling our quarter life crisis, all topped off with a party hat for the perfect birthday bash. So for those who haven't seen the show, Yolanda, do you want to tell them what Quarter Life Crisis is all about?
Yeah, so Quarter Life Crisis takes you on the journey of Alicia, who is turning 26, and she's kind of at a turning point in her life where she's trying to figure out what she's doing with her life. Everyone around her seems to have grown up and she is not ready at all.
We've all been there.
Right.
So what was the inspiration behind the show? Is it based on things that you've experienced, or did you pull inspiration from other people?
I would definitely say it's partly from my own life and from other people I know. I always say that I don't think I'm interesting enough to be able to write solely based on me, but I definitely would say it got to a point where people around me started to become adults and I was just trying to figure out how to keep my young person's rail card.
I hear you.
Right? It's a big thing. It's like, how do I keep this rail card that means I'm a young person, and what does that even mean?
Yeah.
To begin, you'll need to cream your butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Add in your eggs one at a time with a little flour if it begins to curdle. Next, add in the rest of your flour along with your mixed spice and vanilla. For our Nigerian flag, we'll need to dye some of our cake mix green. Pour your mix into 3 cake tins about 2 centimeters high and then smooth down before popping into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes.
But you did take the show up to Edinburgh, didn't you?
Yes, I went to Edinburgh Fringe last year, 2017, as part of the Underbelly Untapped Award, which basically means that Underbelly, the company, supported my show throughout its run in August.
Amazing. How was it performing up there?
Oh, it was the best thing ever. I've always wanted to go to Edinburgh. I've been up to see shows, but I've never had a chance to have a full run, and just being there for that whole month doing my show and the response it's had, oh, it was amazing.
To make the flag, you need to cut out some circles from your largest sponges, with the centre circle being twice as thick as the outer ones. Replace the second circle with a white ring and then press them together. Take some green and white buttercream and smooth over each of the coloured sponges. Add your next cake layer on top and then repeat. Crumb coat the outside with some more buttercream and then place in the fridge to set.
So following on from Fringe, you came back down to London and did some shows here, and then you went international, didn't you?
Yeah, so off the back of doing Edinburgh Fringe, a couple of things happened. The show got published by Oberon Books, as you can see behind. So it got published by Oberon Books. Someone from the BBC came and saw it, and I had no idea they were there.
Amazing.
And then it got picked up to be commissioned by BBC Radio 1 Extra as part of their new scheme to create shows for radio. And then it came to London, transferred to Soho Theatre, and we ended up taking the show to Nigeria. Did it twice in Nigeria, which was an amazing opportunity and experience.
For our Victoria sponge layer, cover the bottom with jam. Place the next cake on top and then sandwich your final layer of cake with some vanilla buttercream. Crumb coat the outside again and pop in the fridge for an hour.
So you mentioned there that BBC picked up the show for a radio show on BBC 1 Extra. What was that like, recording that?
Oh, so basically it was one of the best things I think I've ever done, because from it being a piece that I'm in, I act all of the characters, to having an opportunity to be able to have professional actors alongside of me in this flat recording this show that I thought of a year beforehand, and it to be a thing that's going to go out to audiences around the world who I never would have been able to reach with a theatre show the way it has in that way was amazing. And just being able to work with such a big team, and also the fact it's the BBC, so it's like huge. When it happened, when I got that email, I think I read it like 1,000 times. I was like, what? This is really happening? And yeah, it really happened.
It is really good. So I'll leave the links down below if you want to go check it out, because it is brilliant. Did you find it quite difficult transferring it from a one-woman show into a radio show?
It was an interesting process because I didn't know how the actors would receive it, because you kind of feel nervous as the writer in the room, because you're like, oh, I'm also acting in it with you, and I also have written this. What if they hate this? What if they think it's rubbish? And all these kind of things that go through your head. And then when you see them like play the part, and also hear them say, oh, that was really fun, I enjoyed that, I'm like, yeah, okay. I felt proud. But before that, I was really, really nervous.
I can imagine.
For our party hat cake topper, you can follow the link below to learn how to make these Rice Krispie treats. Lightly grease a piping bag and then gradually fill with your Rice Krispies, squeezing down to remove any air bubbles. Once you've got the perfect cone shape, pop it into the fridge to set. Now is also a good chance to add a second coat of buttercream to your cakes.
So the final run of shows of Quarter Life Crisis are at Soho Theatre this August. Have you got anything exciting or different planned?
Oh, I want to say, but I'm like, can I say, can't I say? Okay, the little nuggets I can give is, because it's the last show, we want to really make sure we really raise the stakes in terms of making that party atmosphere feel like everyone who comes through, they're part of this family, part of this group of people who've come for this particular event, this particular show. So I'm really excited for that.
For our bottom tier, I've dyed some buttercream pink, purple and yellow and spread it randomly around our cake before using a cake scraper to create the ombre effect. For our middle tier, I've rolled out some white fondant to 1/2 centimetre thick and smoothed it over the top before trimming down the sides. You'll need to do the same with your Rice Krispie cone using some teal coloured fondant.
So you're also one of the TodayTix Social Ambassadors, so we get to see lots of great shows. What have you enjoyed about the experience so far?
Do you know what I think has been really amazing about being part of TodayTix, and I think you can also jump in on this, please? It's the fact that they have been able to open up the West End for me, especially because usually when I go to theatre it tends to be fringe venues. Going to the West End and sitting in amazing seats, and also getting to like hear cast talk about their work. So when we do interviews with the cast and all that kind of stuff, it was, it's been an amazing experience. How about for you?
Definitely agree, and I think there's so many shows that I would never have seen before unless TodayTix invited us along, and I've gone and I've absolutely loved them. So for me, it's going to see stuff that's different to the big West End stage musicals. I've actually seen a lot more this year that I've turned out to love.
I know, I'm like, I'm sad when it ends. I'll be like, I want to be an ambassador forever.
Hanging on to it. But if you're interested in being an ambassador, we'll post the links down below as well so you can find out how to apply.
For our final decorations, I've created some social media icons out of fondant. Cut out the letters for Quarter Life Crisis and then stick these on top of the cake. You can also use some hearts to fill in any gaps, representing our pursuit of likes online. You'll also want to cut out some colourful stars and flowers to decorate your hat, before placing a food-safe sparkler into the middle.
So you've had some amazing successes with Quarter Life Crisis. What is next for the franchise?
I think there are loads of different things that are coming up. So turning the show into something that could be on another medium or different platforms, on the radio, so looking at other options in that sort of way. Also evaluating the project, I think as an artist it's really important to evaluate and kind of show the behind the scenes and why I've made this work. So I'm working with an amazing filmmaker called Teo, and we're going to be making this film that's going to go out probably like at the end of August, beginning of September time, to kind of show what this whole process has been about. So I'm really excited about that.
Can't wait to see it.
All that's left to do is stack your tiers up and pipe some pink buttercream around the edges to cover any gaps. And voila, our Quarter Life Crisis birthday cake is ready to party.
So if it's a birthday, we have to blow out the candles on the cake. So should we set this bad boy on fire?
Yes!
Okay. So that's all for this video recipe. I hope you enjoyed our quarter life crisis cake and that you'll come down in August to the Soho Theatre to check out the final farewell tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, comment and like, and then head over to Yolanda's social media links, which I'll leave down below in the description box. That's all from us, but we'll see you soon.
Bye.